Okay, so here we go. Looks like we are live. Oh gosh, I'm just seeing the actual quality of the camera. It is not great. But here we are. We are live. Today is March 19th, 2025, and the plan is to do another one of these tier lists because we are so close to being done. I only have two left, even though it's past the Ides of March. Man, I wanted to do these forever ago, but c'est la vie, man. This shit happens, and wow, that is really far down the screen. I don't know how this is gonna work. Okay, there we go. There we go. We got the mouse. Okay, so these are going over the shows and shorts, not just like YouTube shorts, but like short shows that I watched in 2024. I want to do my tier list of them. Just going over the tiers super quick. I don't think I'm gonna have anything in F tier or bottom of the fucking barrel, so it's not included. D tier means it's kind of mediocre or disappointing. C tier means I'm neutral on it. There's things I like, things I don't like. It averages out to being fine. B means I respect it more than I like it. A means no, I like it. This is good shit. S means you you're in you're in contention of being my favorite. So anything here in S means this was in contention for being my favorite show that I watched in 2024. The double S. This is my favorite show I watched in 2024. There might be a few double S's for like I watched 9 seasons of Friendship is Magic. I watched 4 seasons of Atlanta. It's like here was the best Atlanta season. Here's the best Friendship is Magic season, etc., etc. So, with all that being said, these were in alphabetical order because I made sure to save them and then save the names in alphabetical order, hoping that when I uploaded them, they would be that way and it'd be easier to organize. But when I uploaded them, they were all messed up. Like the Amazing Digital Circus episodes were split up, the Atlanta seasons were slightly split up. Friendship is Magic was in multiple different spots. I've tried to combine things. Some of them might have been missed. My bad. But we're gonna go as we go and do the best we can. So we're gonna start with Survivor. So 46 and 40 several, as I always try to do, just put them in the middle of the screen. This might not be their final placement. So 46, 46 is a weird one, man. There is a part of me that is not crazy about this season. And that part of me can point to two things. One of them, admittedly, isn't the strongest reason, and that's just the how satisfying do I find Kenzie's win over Charlie? Because I don't think that Kenzie is an undeserving winner. Generally speaking, I don't really think any winner is an undeserving winner. Some might be unsatisfying just because of the edit. Erica definitely comes to mind. The edit, as it went on in the merge, tried to make it seem like, oh no, she's this big threat. Everyone is wary of her. Everyone thinks, oh, we got to get rid of her now. But we weren't really shown why. It really came down to show versus tell. We were told that Erica was a problem, but we never really saw it. So it makes not only her win, but a win that huge and decisive feel kind of underwhelming. I don't feel like that was the case with Kenzie. I feel like as the season went on, there were some pretty good hints, and it was stuff that you could clearly see, and it was her social game. Now, Ben ultimately didn't vote for her, at least I don't believe he did, but you could see how close the two of them were and how these personal bonds mattered. You see Hunter ready to play his idol. He's been talking in confessional all day. I'm going to play my idol. I'm going to play my idol. I'm going to play my idol. And it's Kenzie that pretty easily convinces him not to because so many people trusted her, Hunter included. You've got Bonu's famous confessional, the mermaid drive, which very much felt like not the quote from the winner, but a quote about the winner, even as it happened. And on top of that, there were also moments here and there that were less about this is why Kenzie's going to win and this is why Charlie's going to lose. Like I don't remember if this was at Tribal or around camp. They're talking about how like we're a family and this person is this person is this, and Charlie's like our golden retriever. Showing that even kind of joking, no one really took him that seriously. And it genuinely seemed like at Final Tribal, that's when people realized, oh shit, Charlie's been playing and he's been playing a really good game. But some of us are still going Kenzie, but it looked like a lot of people were really on the fence. And I don't remember what the other one was, but I remember there was this one moment, I think it was one of Charlie's confessionals, and he was talking about like, if I do this move, this is how it might backfire, this might affect my perception. It was pretty late. It was like top 7, top 6 or so. And it very much felt like if he loses, which ultimately he did, this is kind of why. Or he's really feeding into that perception of I'm Maria's droog rather than my own player. And I will say, like I said, like there's that part of me that's like, did I find her the most satisfying winner? I don't know, but I do think she's a good winner. I think she's a deserving winner, and I can understand why she won and why Charlie lost. I think what it comes down to me is I just wanted to see a tie at Final Tribal and see what Ben would do. If he says, you know what, Charlie's been my boy forever, I'm going to vote for him. Cool. If he says, Kenzie and I made an incredible bond, and in those moments when I had like my panic attacks, she was the person who was there for me. I've got to go with her. That would have been great too. I wanted the tie. It felt like it was so well set. And you had to go and ruin it. So that's the one reason why I'm like, all right, maybe it's not the greatest season ever, but it's not a strong reason. The other reason is Banu. The pre-merge, like the first episode had Jelinski. So the first episode was going. We had an all time first boot. Possibly my favorite first boot since Zayn Knight, which is saying a lot because Zayn is like the first boot of first boots as far as I'm concerned. Sorry, I keep playing with my glasses. This is a new pair of glasses, and I could feel them getting loose on my face as I'm talking. It's gonna be distracting. It's distracting to me. Sorry. The first episode with Jelinski is phenomenal, and then it's like I don't think it's 4, it's like 3 episodes in a row of the Banu show. And I'll be honest, at first I was like, okay, I think I kind of like this guy, but then you get the dude wearing the Be Kind shirt just screaming at Jess and being kind of an asshole. And like, I don't know, man. That's not super endearing. And as it goes on, like, I just don't want to watch this anymore. This is all setting up his arc where he's going to have this epic redemption where he goes from this dude who doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's begging for other players to help him find an idol to an absolute mastermind and god. Let me say it like this. If Banu had Andy's arc from 40 Several, I would have been a lot more okay with Banu. But it's just not what happened, which made those episodes feel like a slog and just not that fun. But alas, the merge, where just idle in your pocket, gone, gone, gone. We had the hide and seek episode. We had Q and Liz over Applebee's. We had Maria and Charlie and that epic betrayal at Final Tribal, which, yes, robbed me of my tie, and I hate it. But, oh, holy shit, that was incredible. We did everything with Phoenix. And I know, I just mentioned it, but I can't get over the hide and seek episode. Funniest things I'd ever seen. God bless Q. I don't know how many people from 46 are gonna come back for 50. This is honestly one of those seasons where, like, look, I would just kind of like to see this entire season get run back and just watch this cast play again. I don't know who's gonna make it into 50 from this cast, but I need more Q. Q is absolute fucking gold. This is easily one of the best things I watched this year. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna throw 40 Several in there too. I loved this season. I think I remember as it was happening, I was like, I don't know, man. The first episode just didn't really hook me. I thought Andy was just kind of a lot. The second episode, I can't even remember what happened in the second episode. That's definitely a good sign. But it was like the first episode I didn't get into, the second episode I didn't get into. It was maybe episode 3 where I started getting into it. I think that's when the Red Tribe went to Tribal. And I think that's kind of when I was like, "Huh, okay, there might be something here. The season might be cooking." And it was around that point where I was just hooked. And I was like, "I feel like I give a shit again." Not to say like 46 burned me or anything. Clearly it didn't from where I'm placing it. But the first few I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And then it clicked and it was gold. I know so many people can't stand Rome. I thought Rome was great. We had a full on villain again. The dude was super, to me, he was super entertaining. I loved him. Soul. I remember like I was on Twitter. Gabe describes Soul's jury fit. It's like, oh yeah, he came on, he had like a ring on every finger, the painted nails, the vest, like his like shining shoes and shit. It's like, dude, this is incredible. And then in like a later episode, you see more of his fit when he's on the jury. Like, oh my god, that's exactly look. He looks so cool. Why does he actually look like a freaking ticket? Um, I thought Soul was great. Like I just mentioned in 46, Andy had the arc I was hoping they were setting up for Banu, and it was fantastic. I loved Operation Italy. I really liked Sam. Genevieve was, I don't know if I want to say she was my favorite of the season, but there's a very strong case for that. I really liked Genevieve. I think, and I was just saying, like with Kenzie, I'm like, I respect her as a winner. Like I like her as a winner. I think Rachel is a phenomenal winner. I get it. There are a lot of advantages. And there's the one that Saul got and saved her with. I understand for a lot of people, that's kind of a mark on her resume. I don't think that's not unfair. That was a really poorly worded sentence. Let me try that again. I think that's fair. But I will never knock someone for winning immunity. That's why you have the fucking challenges. Like, oh man, she was immune half the time. Yeah, because she won like how many? Like 3, 4? That's a good run for any player. I would like, yeah, it's whatever she was in trouble, she clutched up. Like, I really like that. Even the fact that Soul saved her, it's like, sure, that was something out of her hands. That also goes to the power of her social game and the fact that someone else said, I want to save you. We saw here's who Rachel is. Rachel is Erica if we saw it, because so like the shit that people said about Rachel is the same thing they said about Erica. She's really smart. She's really social. If you let her get too far, like you give her an inch, she will take a mile. She will run away with this. And just because of the way 41's edit was constructed, I never felt like I saw it. And then here, you see it with Soul. You see it in the love-hate relationship connections with Andy. You see her connecting with Caroline. Then you see her connecting with Sue. It made so much sense when people were saying, I'm scared of Rachel. If we don't snipe her now, she's winning. And anytime they said, okay, we have to snipe her now, she would clutch up and win immunity. That's just great to watch. And yeah, I just had a really good time with both seasons. I don't really want to pick a favorite. Like I said, I'm sorry. I keep scratching my face and adjusting my glasses. I don't really have a favorite between the two of them. I don't know if I'm going to put either of them in double S, but I'll keep them both in S for now. Okay, so this is going to be a good chunk of the list. Starting over friendship is. Um, I'm also going to assume this is the right order. I have this somewhere of season 1, so I know that's season 1. Twilight got no wings here, so I know that's season 2. This is either 3 or 4, and then this is either 3 or 4. If I look hard and close enough, I might be. Actually, yeah, that's Coco Pamel. I can actually see some season 4 characters in there. Boom, easy as shit. That's season 3. Sparkle Wings front and center. That's season 4. That is the map, so that's 5, and I believe on there that says 6, 7, and 8, which makes that 9 by process of elimination. Also, they're kind of drawn in the more movie art style, which was after season 7, so that would have to be either 8 or 9, and that one's 8, so that one's 9. Okay, wow, that was a loud and clean clap. Holy shit. Anyways, going over Friendship is Magic really quick, which is kind of why I really wanted to make sure I did this video today, because today is March 19th. Today is the last day of winter. It's winter wrap up. And I won't lie. Literally, the thing I did before this is I went and got dinner and I was watching winter wrap up as I ate dinner. I got to get into the spirit of things. Season one, it's an A tier. I really like season one. To me, season one. Okay, I'm mostly gonna rank these amongst seasons of Friendship is Magic. I could argue that season one should like go in S tier in general, but I think this will kind of keep things spread out a bit more. I think it works. It's an A tier season. I think it's a very good season. To me, there's not a lot wrong with season one, but there are some episodes I just don't care for. Like Owl's Well That Ends Well has always been my least favorite from the season. I think when I did my rewatch, I didn't hate it as much as I did before, but I don't love it. I think Ghostbusters is a terrible episode. I love Trixie, excuse me. I love Trixie, although if I remember correctly, I noticed she didn't trill her R's in the first episode. I was like, huh, that's weird. I thought that was a thing from the word go. I guess it just wasn't. But Trixie's great. I just don't really like that episode. But there's several episodes from this season that I think still hold up amongst all 222. Three of them are in my top 26, and somehow Party of One isn't one of them, but it's so close. Like, I feel like if I expanded it to a top 30, Party of One would have been on the list. But season one is good. Season one still holds up. Season two is my favorite season of Friendship is Magic. And I will be completely honest, there are some bad episodes in season two. There are some dog shit episodes in season two. Like, here's the thing about season two. Number one, it has my two favorite episodes of the show, which are Return of Harmony, counting all two parters as one episode. Return of Harmony, and then Lesson Zero. Those are just my two favorites of the show. You're gonna get a lot of credit just for having that. It has, I believe, 5 episodes in the top 26, with those two, Sweet and Elite, Read 'em and Weep, and Hurricane Fluttershy. I don't remember how many of those were in the top 13. I think it was 3. I want to say Hurricane Fluttershy was the other one. That sounds about right. And then, of course, like 2 in the top 6, and then just the top 2 in my number 1 overall, with that being Return of Harmony. Here's the thing, though. As bad as some of the episodes are in season 2, they're still fun to watch. Like, Canterlot Wedding. The first part is not good. There are so many things that just don't work, don't feel like they really lead up to the shit in like the second part, or if they do, like the only reason this happened is because everyone was taking their stupid pills or their crazy pills. Like, how the fuck did Celestia and Luna not realize how out of character Cadence was acting? Shining Armor's actually being brainwashed. He gets a pass. Twilight hasn't seen her in years and is like, no, something's off. I'm assuming that these two like know her and have interacted with her and they don't see a problem? Huh. Doesn't really make any sense. Also, Chrysalis, like this master of disguise and infiltration, acts completely out of character as Cadence and like isn't, it's not that, oh no, she's like doing a really good job, but there's these moments where Chrysalis peeks through and Twilight's the only one who notices, like, no, she just acts that way the entire time and no one notices. It doesn't work. Man, that visual at the end of like you got Cadence and then like her eyes flash into Chrysalis and she's like, I'm sorry, you will be. And then like the balefire surrounds Twilight as she descends into hell. Really cool. I was second half is like, wait a second, this is dope as hell. Even if it doesn't work or make sense, it's cool. So I don't hate it. And then there's the Iron Will episode where I'm like, okay, this bothers me immensely because the whole point is, Fluttershy does this, goes through this course to become more assertive, and then it works. But then she becomes such a mean-spirited person that she says, you know what? I'm not satisfied with your course because it worked too well. And like, oh no, I feel like Iron Will earned his money here. This is on you, Bucko, but sure. But also, watching Fluttershy just lose her shit and become a really mean person is pretty damn funny. Iron Will being this Mr. T Hercule Satan parody, it's really funny. And I can't tell you how many times I will, even if it's just to myself, will out of context quote Fluttershy going, why that part is so funny to me. It just is. Like, this is not a good episode, but I still enjoy it. And then, of course, there's the Super Speedy Cider Squeezy 6000, the Flim and Flam episode. Oh my goodness, I hate this episode. But can't hate it. The song is catchy. Flim and Flam are really fun. Rainbow Dash trying her damnedest to get drunk is pretty damn funny. It's just like, man, Applejack, what do you mean you learned nothing today? What do you mean that good old fashioned hard work beats fancy schmancy technology? They were kicking your ass fair and square. When it was their machine against your family, y'all lost. Then you had to bring in your friends. You did a lot better. So you would think, oh, that's what I learned. I learned that my friends are an extension of my family. Or maybe you learn that supply and demand. There's a huge demand. We don't have enough supply, but if we hire more people, oh, we can like do better. We can be more efficient and shit. And instead she goes, learn Eddie. We're gonna stick to what we do that doesn't work. That was gonna lose us our farm. Oh, I fucking hate it. But it's the rest of the episode is so good. Like and that's what season 2 is. It's either friendship is magic at its best, or friendship is magic as close to its worst. But it's so fun and memorable, I can't hate it. Season 3 is also A tier. I go back and forth, and like I'm not gonna really number these or like order these. It's just if you're in the tier, you're in the tier. I go back and let me go and put season 4 here as well. Because to me, that's kind of where these three are. They are not my favorite seasons. They are not in contention for being my favorite seasons, but they're on the tier right below. And I don't know what I like more between 1, 3, and 4. To me, 1 is very classic, very nostalgic. Like it's just very familiar and comfortable. Season 3 is the only season to not be 26 episodes that is half that at 13. And I feel like the quality of episodes is there. Not all of them. The one where Spike's like, well, I owe a life debt to Applejack now it's not great. It's not terrible. Like it's pretty funny. It's also just kind of I guess this is okay. I like the Discord episode fine. I love what they do with Discord as the show goes on. But I think the actual episode, Keep Calm and Flutter On, is all right. And then, like, Games Ponies Play, it's just really funny. But then you get some of these other episodes, like Wonderbolt Academy is phenomenal. One Bad Apple is phenomenal. Magic Duel is a phenomenal episode. I really love the Crystal Empire. Like, there's really, really good episodes here. I just wish it had the quantity of the other seasons with its own quality. It would definitely be an S tier season. It might even be the best season. I don't know. But then you get like Magical Mystery Cure. I'm like, I like what they're going for here. And I like that it's a musical. I love a good musical. It just always feels off. And it's not because I hate Princess Sparks. It's just I blink and the episode is halfway over. And it always just feels weird. Season 4 is when the show said, hey, what if we actually put like full storylines and arcs? And you could argue how effective it is. I think it is. I actually like it quite a bit. I think the premiere is really good. I think the finale is phenomenal. There's some really funny episodes in season 4. It also is what introduced Maud, who might be okay, Discord, I think, is probably the best like recurring side character. Maud is probably second, and I say that as a Trixie fan. And I don't count Starlight because to me, Starlight just becomes part of the main cast. But yeah, season 4 is great. Season 5 might be my favorite season. It's not, but I had to really think about it. It is what introduced Starlight, who is. I go back and forth on who my favorite character is. To me, it's either Starlight, Twilight, or Rainbow Dash. And I think part of that is I relate to the three of them quite a bit for different reasons. But it is the season that gave me Glim Glam, so how do you give it credit for that? It's the season with it has 5 episodes in the top 26, same as season 2 does. Glim Glam, Glim Glam, Amending Fences, which is the Moon Dancer episode, which is really, really good. Crusaders of the Lost Mark, which is the Crusaders getting their cutie mark episode, which is really, really good. And I think it's easily the best musical episode of the show. And Slice of Life, which is episode 100, which is really, really, really good. I say that, season 2 is my 2 favorite episodes, Return of Harmony and Lesson Zero. Slice of Life I might like it more. Like, it's Return of Harmony is my favorite. I can say that pretty much no question. But between Slice of Life and Lesson Zero, I'm like, that's still like super close. That's how fucking good that episode is. I think it's Princess Spike is the only dog shit episode of the season. Like, there's some where I'm not as crazy about, like, was it Tanks for the Memories? Where Rainbow Dash becomes like an eco-terrorist to keep her turtle from going into hibernation. Like, look, it's Rainbow Dash. I know she's an idiot, but even for Rainbow Dash, this feels like a bit much. I don't hate it. Almost kind of do. Like, there's episodes like that. But I think season 5 is great. Season 6 is mid as fuck. I'm actually just going to put it in C tier. In general, I kind of where it belongs. I think it's the worst season. It's not bad. But I remember there were so many episodes that it just felt forgettable. Which weirdly enough make them kind of memorable. Like the fucking soapbox derby. That go derby racers. It's like fine. Maybe not even that, because like, wow, I really hate the way Applejack, Rarity, and Rainbow Dash are written in this episode. It's pretty bad. But it's just kind of how this season feels. Like, it's okay. It's fine. I don't remember what the hell happens in season 6. Because season 4 is Tyrek, season 5 is Glim Glam. Oh, that's right. It's the Misfits. That's right. Because I was thinking, it's like, is it the Pony of Shadows? No, that's season 7. Oh, right. It's where they have to go fight Chrysalis, which is like really cool, but like I don't love it, and I'm not even sure why, because I like it on paper, and then when I watch it, I'm like, this is really good. I think that's here's the thing with season 6. When it's trying to be the Starlight Glimmer show, I really like it because I'm a big Glim Glam stan. But I think a lot of the other episodes are just fine and they don't really do a lot. But when it gets back into that shit, I'm like, wait, no, this kind of fucks. I do think it's kind of mid overall. What are the good episodes from season 6? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. If I'm remembering my list correctly, that's Gauntlet of Fire, which is Spike's best episode, no question. Saddle Row Review, which did not make the top 20. It's like Party of One, where like you didn't make my list, but you were really close. And if this was a top 30, you would be. I think Party of One, Saddle Row Review, Apple Family Reunion are 3 episodes that were like, if I bumped it up to 30, they would be in there. I'm not sure what the 4th would be. It's probably either, I think another season 6 episode, actually, the one where Starlight has to interact with Celestia and Luna. Maybe that's like season 7. I think it's like Between Dusk and Dawn is what it's called. It's so funny. That scene of Luna walking into the dining room so tired and just grabbing a pineapple and eating the pineapple is so fucking funny to me. The other episode would be the other Celestia and Luna episode from season 9 when they go on their road trip. That's also really funny. Anyways, point. The other season 6 episode is Heartwarming Tale. Yeah, not Carol, it's the Christmas Carol parody. Phenomenal episode. As a whole, it's probably about here. I don't know. Maybe I could justify putting it in B tier. I don't know. There's enough good episodes. I could probably do that. Season 7 has the Applejack's parents episode. Perfect Pair. That's what it is. Phenomenal episode. Arguably the best of the entire series. I cry every time I see it. It's great. The storyline of the ponies of the past is fine. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's fine. Season 7 is fine. Season 8. Was it season 7 or season 8? It's one of these two that I remember watching and saying, this season has no bad episodes. There's a good amount of mid and maybe not a lot of excellent, but there's no bad episodes, and I give you credit for that. It's one of them, because I remember season 8, like, I didn't have a double S. It's like, there's a lot of episodes here that I think are really good, and I really like them, but there's not one that makes me go, yo, this is the standout. And as for the school and the new 6, I like them. I don't love it. You definitely, like, the Crusaders peaked in season 5 because afterwards, like, shit, we don't have anything to do. And they really don't have anything to do with season 8. I don't think Applejack really had much to do. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember. Like, Rarity has her businesses, and I think we still get a little bit of that when she's a teacher. Rainbow Dash becomes a Wonderbolt and also was like a coach, and I really like the episodes where it focuses on her being a coach. Fluttershy gets her I think Fluttershy gets the Sanctuary in season 7, maybe season 6, and then we don't get many episodes of that because she's doing shit at the school. I'm like, it's fine. I feel like, yeah, these are the 3 that I'd kind of keep around the B tier, and then season 9 kicks ass. Season 9 is so fucking good. All right, season 8 also had season 7 that has no bad episodes, because season 8 has the Applejack Rainbow Dash rivalry episode, which in season 1 with Fall Weather Friends is fucking great. Here, it's really bad. It's super annoying, and it also has that really stupid episode with her and Rarity. We're like, oh, wait a second, why are we friends? We don't like the same things. We hate each other. It's so stupid. It's terrible. Season 9 is great. I really like Team Rocket. That's just what I refer to the trio of Chrysalis, Tyrek, and Cozy Glow. They're fantastic. Frenemies is an all-time episode. I can't remember what it's called now. Trivial Pursuit. Thank you. Trivial Pursuit might just be the single fucking funniest episode of Friendship is Magic. Ending of the End is so good. And again, it's one of those, this might be my favorite episode of Friendship is Magic. I can make a good faith argument for that. I would still pick Return of Harmony, but damn, it's so good. I really like just a lot of the plot stuff and the lore stuff going on. It's got its dog shit episodes. Like, what is it called? Like Sweet and Smoky. Hey, Garble's not that bad episode. Fuck you. That episode sucks. I hate that it exists. It's either season 8 or season 9. I don't remember which one, but has that really shitty episode of Rainbow Dash where Twilight wants her to coach the cheer team, and she's like, I don't want to do this. Cheerleading fucking sucks. And she's just really dismissive. Or I'm like, I get it. This is Rainbow Dash. Like, to a degree, I could see this. But it's to the nth degree where bless you, princess, it just doesn't work. And she comes off as way too unlikable here. But man, the good shit in season 9 is so good. So that's how I would rank the Friendship is Magic seasons. My Adventures with Superman season 2. Look, I thought season 1 was a good time. Maybe not amazing, but I thought it was a good time. Oh, excuse me. From what I remember, season 2 was kind of more or less the same. Like, I really like this. I've said this before, and I think I said like really realized this when I watched season one. I'm starting to lean toward Clark Kent being one of my favorite superheroes. And I say that intentionally, not just Superman, dude who flies around, does all this cool shit. It's because of how much I love the character of Clark Kent. I heard James Gunn describe Superman as he's kindness in a world that sees kindness as old fashioned. And that's something I really relate to and something I really respect. I love that Clark is just a good dude. I don't do these things because I expect to be rewarded for it later. I don't do these things because I'm actually like a really manipulative asshole who just wants all the attention and the fame and blah, 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 blah. And also, like, as much as I love Batman, because my favorite superheroes are Batman, Spidey, and I guess now Clark. It's not just because, oh man, I've got this dark and brooding past. I got to deal with it. I have to prevent people from going through what I went through, which works and is good shit. It's just, if I can help people, then I want to. And not even necessarily, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, I have to do this. I have a duty to do this. I just want to help people. I just want to make people's lives a little bit better. I want them to be able to go through life a little bit easier, let them sleep a little easier. And if, giving them a smile will do that, I'll do that. If it takes rescuing their cat out of a tree, I'll do that. If I have to stop a bank robbery and deal with crazy alien bullshit, I'll do that too. I really like that. I also really enjoy his relationship with Lois. It has problems, but I remember watching season two. It's like the big problem in their relationship is just their issues with communication, which is a very realistic and human problem. And I like that it wasn't just like, oh yeah, grand bullshit. It's just genuine difficulty communicating. It did do that one thing where like Lois is talking to her dad about Clark. I don't remember how it was phrased, but it's like, what do you think of him? Oh, well, I fucking hate this about him. And Clark goes away sad, but I love everything else. Like, number one, I fucking hate that trope. Number two, Superman has enhanced hearing. That's not even just like a Superman thing that's not in the show. He does this shit in the show. What do you mean he didn't hear that? I guess because he wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to eavesdrop on Lois after hearing that. But come on. That shit was dumb. It was really dumb. But aside from that, I really like their relationship. I remember at the start of season one, I was like, I don't know about Jimmy. Jimmy's likable, but Jimmy's a lot. And then as it went on, I was like, nah, I like Jimmy. Season two, Jimmy, I think is great, and I really like his relationship with Kara. I just really like Kara in general. And she calls him Jimmy Flamebird. It just tickles the soul. I don't know why. I just think that shit's adorable. No, I really like her relationship with Jimmy. I like her relationship with Clark. I love her relationship with Brainiac. Just, oh gosh, I really love. I don't remember if it's the final episode, it might be the penultimate episode when Brainiac takes over Clark. And it's just how unsettling it is. Like just the way he looks, the way he speaks. I don't remember what it is he says, but it's something along the lines like he goes to Earth, is like, look, submit to me, or like, I'll burn you all to a crisp, blah, blah, blah. So they all pull out their guns and start shooting him, which is funny as hell. And I think after their barrage doesn't work, he just looks at them, like barely emotes. And what does he say? It's something like, it is to be fired. I love the voice for Brainiac. Like, it's so dispassionate and cold and just creepy. It's so, oh, I'm gonna put it in A. I really, really liked it. Adventure Time. Fuck, I don't remember what seasons these are. Here's what I will say. I don't know what seasons these were. I don't remember what the hell happened in either of these seasons. At one point, Jake was a brick, and it's one of the best episodes. I'm just gonna put him in A because I like Adventure Time. We still need to fucking finish it. At some point, maybe we will. I wish I had more to say. Sorry. I spent a lot of time I spent a lot of time on Friendship is Magic. I can skip, but I know Clay and I made videos about it where we talked about them. I need to actually finish this ding dang show. This so this is the Patrick H. Willems holiday special because I did watch that in 2024 and I really enjoy watching Patrick's videos. I don't remember what happened because I remember the whole thing was like a parody of the Star Wars holiday special. So I think it was him talking about Star Wars, but also like Novels was there. And you know what? Anything with Novels immediately at least goes into A tier. Novels, the content. Novel. Like, I'm sorry, I kind of fucking love Novels. Um, I'll be honest, since I don't, because that's the thing. I don't like. I respected it more than I liked it. I remember genuinely liking it, so I'll at least put it in B. Excuse me, in A. I'll see how that goes. Ruby. So this is interesting. This is an animatic that was originally supposed to be the end of Volume 9, but now seems like it's kind of more or less going to be the start of Volume 10, and it's of Team Ruby plus Jean returning to oh fuck Vacuo. Was it Vacuo? Vale, Haven. Is Haven the second one? I think Haven's the second one. Atlas and the Vacuo. Oh, so I think I am right there. It's Team Ruby going and Jean going into Vacuo through one of Raven's portals and reuniting with like Crow and the rest of Team. I guess not the rest of Team Juniper. It's just two of them. Rip Pira. Reuniting with them. Weiss reuniting with her family, and I don't remember if it was just Crow doing the narration or if there was narration from other characters, but just talking about how like like we're trying to rebuild, we're doing the best we can, but we miss y'all, and um like Ruby's message, and at the end of season was it season 7 or season 8? I think it was at the end of season 8. Yeah, that's right, because everything was starting to go to shit. She gives her message, and then they fall into the ever after. Yeah, it's not exactly what happened to the kind of ish, more or less. It's like, remember her message. You really did bring a lot of the world together. We're doing our best. Blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing. Number one, on paper, I think it's good. I think it's cool. I can't wait for volume 10. I don't know when it's coming out. There is a strong, because I was thinking about this the other day, there is a strong non-zero chance that when volume 10, like when we have a date for volume 10, I'm going to binge volumes 1 through 9, including the trailers. So I got to watch the red, white, black, and yellow trailers. Anyways, there is a strong non-zero chance I will just binge Ruby up to that point. I mean, for example, if they say, it's going to come out next February, I'm not going to start binging them now, but I might be like, all right, let's do this so that I can do like one a month building up to volume 10 or like one a week to build up to volume 10. However I decide to do it, I want to get a binge in before volume 10. Partially, just to get into the mood, get into the vibe for all the buildup. Part of it is because Volume 9 is the best part of Ruby, in my opinion. Like, I loved it. I connected with it very, very strongly. And an excuse to rewatch Volume 9 would be great. But I feel like to really appreciate how much I love Volume 9, I have to suffer through Volume 6, 7, and 8 again. Season 6, I think, is terrible, but there's some good shit in it. Volume 7 is phenomenal when it doesn't focus on Team Ruby. When it does focus on Team Ruby, it's as bad as Volume 6, if not worse. And then Season 8 is, okay, we're kind of getting our groove back and getting a bit better. And then Volume 9 is, let's talk about that. Let's reflect on our characters and their progress and their actions and their mistakes. And boy, howdy do I think it's phenomenal. Which is why, personally, I'm very, very glad that this is the start of Volume 10 and not the end of Volume 9. What I love about Volume 9, among several things I love about it, is how back to basics it feels. It is Team Ruby and Jean, kind of like Volume 1. We're not dealing with Cinder or Salem or Relics or Ozpin or all these other characters, or all the lore, all the bullshit, for better or for worse, all the bullshit. It's just, here's our 5 main characters dealing with the situation they're in and the people they've become, for better and for worse. And ending it where they end it feels more cohesive to me with what the volume is about. Not that I would have seen them in Vacuo and everything, but I feel it's like, okay, that's kind of getting more into the bigger plot and mythos of the series, which I think is better for when we return to that rather than this more kind of stripped down volume. Also, given the things that have happened with Rooster Teeth being bought by Warner Brothers, which I think was quite a while ago. Anyways, excuse me. But then being dropped by Warner Brothers, like Ruby's not part of the thing anymore. Is the show even going to continue? Volume 10 has not been greenlit. Can it even stay a show? Will it have to do will it have to go like the Final Space route, which I was only made aware of at some point last year, I think like around June, and I'm very interested in checking it out. But like the Final Space route, where like it was a show and then it got the Discovery X, and now it has to do like its finale like via like a graphic novel or something. I don't know. What is going to happen to Ruby? And then it gets picked up. It gets theoretically saved. And then we get this animatic of the characters in universe talking about how important the main characters are and the impact that they have had on that world. And remember her message. And then it ends to them showing up. The timing couldn't be more perfect. So, like just on paper, what happens, it's good shit. The fact that it wasn't included in Volume 9 to me makes Volume 9 feel even more cohesive. And using it now is so perfect. I mean, I'm like, do I want to put it in S with like the best seasons of Friendship is Magic and like with some fucking top tier Survivor? Yes. Yes, I do. Because I love me some Ruby. Christmas with Grubs. This was my understanding is this is based on like, I don't know if it's a comic, a web comic, but this was a Christmas special made based on that. I don't have a lot to say about it. I just didn't really get into it. Just me personally, like I could see there's a lot of love that went into this very clearly. I think there's a lot of charm. It just didn't super connect with me, so I'll put it in C. I thought about putting it in D tier. Like, I don't know. That feels a little mean because I'll put it in C. I think it's fine. I don't know if I am going to put anything in D tier, to be honest. All right. Well, if it gets cut, it gets cut. All right. So then just some death battle. I don't think these were the only ones to come out in 2024, but these are the ones I remember watching. Look, I just have my boy Joker kick some ass. I'm going to put it in A because I fucking love Persona. I don't know what the fuck this. It's like I watched it. It's kind of neat, I guess, but I don't really play Fall Guys or Among Us, so it's just kind of neat. So I'll keep it in there. This was S tier as fuck. I guess it was the best death battle. So I'm gonna put it up here. This was so fucking cool. If you've seen it, I don't think you really need for me to explain it. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Just watch it. It's cool as hell. It's so dope. I look, I like Eggman. I like Eggman's army and some of the cool shit in there. You give me Bowser and Bowser's army and Bowser watching the Goombas getting fucked up and he goes out of his way to help the little guys because as much of a blowhard, as much of a dickhead that Bowser is, they're still his minions. Only he can treat them like shit. I love Bowser so much. It's great. I don't have Smiling Friends separated. I think I tried to find a graphic for the second season and just didn't. So this is gonna be both seasons of Smiling Friends. Fuck it, it goes in S. I really, really like Smiling Friends. I think what helped, like number one, the show is just genuinely really funny. Two, I think I just like media that tries to be pleasant, even if it does it in its own weird, bizarre ways. Just this is about an organization that tries to lift people's spirits and make them happy. The entire first episode is about a guy who wants to fucking blow his brains out, and they're trying to make him happy so he doesn't do it. It's not exactly a, but it is still about making people happy. Kind of like, what Clark's all about. Friendship is Magic is literally about friendship and magic. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I also have to shout out number one, Gilbert Gottfried's final role is playing God. And even though he's not on screen for very long, doesn't get to do much, I appreciate that God is not written as some asshole or some like really nonchalant, not caring, despondent being. He genuinely does Charlie a solid. That's just nice to see. Also, I have to shout out the Alan episode. Like Alan's Odyssey. I don't actually remember what it's called, but to me, it's just like this is the Odyssey, but starring Alan. It's so fucking funny. I'm trying to remember the quote. What is it? Just soda, smoke weed, drink pie and soda, and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2. So funny. Here's on a ruse, you pathetic little. Oh, it's so good. Like that is my favorite episode of Smiling Friends, by the way. It's just the Alan episode is perfect. But I don't know, it was a show that I really like. I again, it goes about it in its own bizarre way, but I really like the theming of the show. I think the humor is generally very funny. I really liked it. And also, I just watched it with my friends. That's always unless the show's like bad. And even then, like oh god, I remember years ago watching King's Game, which might look, we're gonna get to Guilty Crown when we get to Guilty Crown. King's Game might be like the worst anime I've ever seen. And I remember watching the finale with Clay and Billy. Clay, who tried to watch King's Game, was like, dude, the show is so dog shit, I can't. And Billy, who had just finished binging it to catch up, was like, dude, the show is terrible, I love it. Watching the finale with the two of them made it terrible. I was like, I think I'm having fun watching this terrible bullshit. So being able to do that with a show that's actually good and about bringing joy and shit, it works. It works really well. Actually, when does the new season of Smiling Friends come out? I'm gonna Google that. Smiling Friends. No, I said new. What the fuck? No Smiling Friends season, I guess. There are new plans for a new season. Friends. Oh wait, shit! I forgot to put Smiling. My bad. My bad. New Smiling Friends season been renewed for a third season, but the premiere date is unknown. Shit. So don't know when it's happening, but hopefully it happens soon-ish. Moving on to Class of '09. Oh. What? I read the VNs in 2023. I think the first one is really funny and is also a fascinating character study. I think the second one, more or less the same. I think it's really funny and a really interesting character study. Three, like the flip side, was just uncomfortable to read, and I get it. I think for what it's trying to do, it does it really well. But that doesn't mean I enjoyed reading it. The anime, like the short episode, I just didn't find it that funny. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because like I read the flip side at this point and the flip side just kind of broke me. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm just kind of done with this. I don't know if it's because like actually seeing the animation, like it's just not as funny in animation, or if I just didn't think the jokes were as good. But for whatever reason, it just didn't really do it for me. Like I want to put it in at least B tier because the fact that they did make this, I want to give them a lot of credit for that and respect for that. So I think I will. It's like I respect it more than I like it. I'll keep it in B. Part of me is like, maybe I should put it in C. I don't think I want to put it quite in D. But like I'll put it in B just for the respect that they were able to pull it off. Amazing digital circus. Episodes 2 through 4, because episode 1 came out in 2023, so it's not eligible to be on the list. Episode 2. This is with our boy Gummy Goo. This is with the oh gosh, what is that thing called? Like the giant pudding. Because we watched them back in December. Because like I watched all these when they came out, and then when Billy was over here, we binged them again. I don't remember what the line is, but they're talking about the chocolate. But it's like, oh, you're not so much of a monster. It's like, oh no, I'm fucking evil. Like, it's so funny. Um, Here's the thing. I like this episode a lot. I think it's really good. I would put it in A. I know I'm not saying much about it, and that's not me trying to avoid spoilers. Like, oh, go watch it if you haven't. If you have, you know it's really good. Blah blah blah. Episode 4. I'm going to skip episode 3. Episode 4 is S tier. It's really really good. I only worked at McDonald's for 2 days in 2024, and I'm like, oh boy, this is giving me flashbacks. Oh boy, I can relate. Like, I just kind of wanted to give Gangle a hug. And I think I kind of just wanted to give me a hug. Because there's a lot of moments in this episode where I'm like, that I felt that. That one hit me kind of hard. Where she's like, yeah, it's good to have dreams. So like you want to make your own like comic and whatnot. It's like, but it's not really gonna work out. You gotta get out into the workforce and start making something of your life because what you're currently doing isn't. I'm like, oh, well, it's kind of the whole metaphor for her new mask kind of being new medication. And at first, it seems like, man, this is really working. You feel better, but it doesn't quite help, or it doesn't, it's not working as well as you think it does. And it's not just necessarily like I've had that issue with a lot of different medications. It's just different ways of coping, whether it is medication or like meditation or like different mindsets. You're like, okay, I'm thinking about the world like this and my life like this. I'm really starting to believe this. But then there's that crack, and then another crack, and then another crack. And how well does this really hold up under pressure? I really liked that. Also, I just really like Jackson this episode, where a lot of his bullshit and caustic just character quirks aren't working. And you see, like, yeah, Jax really is just as broken as everyone else is. Um, that fucking scene where Jax is getting rehabilitated, and I don't remember exactly how. It's like, are you smiling? No, why not? It's so creepy and it's so funny at the same time. Like, I really like this episode. This is easily the best episode of the show. No question. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing. I love a good Halloween episode. I love a good horror aesthetic. And just like, Pomni's eyes during her fuck, what's that phrase called? I don't remember. But during her like super exaggerated cartoon look, it's really fun. Um Kinger locking and loading and locking the fuck in is really fun. Just the little bits with like Jackson Ragatha. It's like, oh yeah, we took the nice route. It is pretty funny. This is the best episode of the show for one reason, and it's that one scene between Pomni and Kinger. And it kind of gets into what I was saying a little bit ago with Smiling Friends. Like, I think kind of at a point, and maybe this is why I just did not enjoy this as much as I would have previously. I might just kind of be at a point where I just want media that's a lot more positive. Like, I like goofy shit. Look, I watch Survivor. I watch a show about people backstabbing and scheming and think it's the greatest thing ever. But I like positivity, you know? And it's that scene where Pomni is like just breaking and Kinger is there to comfort her. And he talks about his life, yeah, a little bit, but he talks about his relationship with his wife and when she abstracted and the fact that he's like, like I'm not really in control of my mind anymore, but this is the one memory I have. And it's not happy, but it's mine. And it's a moment where I got to be with the person I loved. And for a moment, both of us were okay. There is nothing worse than making someone feel that they are unloved and unwanted. And it's that part in particular that really, really got me. I remember the day this came out was the day I watched The Fall. I haven't done my movie tier list yet, but oh boy, I'm gonna get to talk about The Fall. And The Fall is, I think, the hardest I have ever cried during a work of art. It fucked me up bad. Like 2 hours later, I watched this. It's like, oh, this is just a condensed version of the thing I just watched. Wow, this hurts. Like it's so fucking good. Can't wait for episode 5. So here is a short. This is, I believe it's The Spider Within, which is a Miles Morales short. From what I remember, a lot of it was just kind of about Miles and like his anxiety and his fear and how that feels having spider sense. And it was really good. It's fucking fantastic. I don't think I want to quite put it in S, but like I fucking loved it. I'm just gonna skip Chucky real quick. Same thing for Steamboat Willie. I'd never seen it before, and so I watched it like this is a really good time. No, I actually don't remember the fucking Steamboat Willie whistle. I wish I did. It was a really good time. I liked it a lot. Chucky season 3, half of it, because half of it had come out a previous year, and I was like, damn, this is really good. And then it ended with the chandelier scene, which is incredible. It's so freaking cool. And then, yeah, you're not gonna know what happens for several months. And then by the time I got to see it again, I wasn't as invested because several months had gone by, but I liked it. I did. It was fun. It was good. Also, so I believe the show got canceled and we're not getting a season 4, which given how the season ends is whoa, that is fucked up. Like it's just I don't know. Maybe we'll get another movie. And it's like, all right, the show's dead, so fuck it. Just gonna make like another movie for the Sci-Fi Channel or something, or like direct to DVD, like a Curse and Cult were. I hope so. I was like, I don't want to see it end like this. But damn, like that's brutal. But also, it has the scene where Chucky tries to nuke Santa Claus. That is a real. This guy is so damn funny. Um, I really don't want this in the same tier as just like I think this is where I'm gonna keep Chucky season 3, at least like the back half. Like, I don't want this in the same I don't want this in the same tier as like a third of Friendship is Magic. I'm gonna move it down. I don't know. I might keep it up there. Um, I want to skip Atlanta. I don't know. I kind of want to get back to Atlanta here in a second. So I'm gonna just do Shogun. Shogun's S tier is fun. It's really good. As you can tell, I almost said Grammy, but like every fucking Emmy it was nominated for, and it was nominated for damn near every Emmy in its category. Just the show looks great. The costuming is fucking great. The fits are so good. Like one of the things I first heard about Shogun was a tweet my friend had sent me, which was like, here's the thing about Toranaga. A lot of people are going to tell you he's a really good character because the acting is fantastic. Or they're going to tell you he's a really good character because, you see all the strategy going on and the way this dude is trying to balance all this shit. Nah, the best part about Toranaga is this dude will like disappear for like a few episodes and then show back up in the sickest fit you've ever seen. After watching Shogun for a while, like, nah, they're kind of accurate. His fits are really just the costuming is great. I think the acting is superb. I really enjoyed the story. Damn, this final episode hit fucking hard. I don't know when season 2 is coming out. I think the last time I checked, they hadn't even started filming yet. So I don't think we're gonna get season 2 this year. I hope so, but no, show is great. I don't know if I want to say it's the double S, but I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to that. I kind of want to say Guilty Crown. Pokemon Horizon, it's goated as fuck. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put it in S. It's Pokemon and it's good Pokemon. It's fun. I am so far behind because I've watched like no episodes that have come out this year because the site I was using, it just at one point was like, what if we don't put the subs up anymore? And I haven't checked recently. Maybe they're up. I don't know if there's another place I can go to find it, but I really want to get caught up. It was really good. And then I saw a clip from like a week or two ago. Like, that's a huge fucking spoiler. Well, shit. I need to get back on this shit. It's just really good. So I took a screenshot of what this was. I don't remember what it was called. It was called like Living with Monsters. It was like this short documentary about living in a world with like Godzilla and Rodan and shit. It was just really cool. So I put straight an A. I had a good time with it. It was neat as hell. Excuse me. Frieren, this is the second half of the season. So basically, this is the Magic tournament. I like the Magic tournament a lot. I like a lot of the characters it adds. I like a lot of the scenarios. That episode where Frieren is dueling Frieren, and it's like the most beautifully animated shit I've ever seen. It's really good. I don't like it as much as the first half. I still like it. I still think it's all cool. But it's the first half is really to me what Freerun is all about. It is about that journey and it's about being reflective. And you do see parts of that in the second half, but it does kind of feel like, all right, we're gonna have this like really mature story, which they still got like your goofy shit where Stark's like, look at the cloud, it looks like shit. But it's this generally more like mature, low-key story. Okay, now we're gonna have like a shonen tournament arc. And it's a good shonen tournament arc. It's just, huh? This is what we're doing? I like it. I get it. It maybe goes on a little too long. And then not long after that, in terms of the mangas, when you get to El Dorado, I'm like, okay, we're so fucking back. Because, gosh, I love that art. So I don't think I would put it in S, but I'd put it in A. I would say the show as a whole, I would put in S, but just the second half, I'd put more in A. Fallout is definitely A. Maybe S. Somewhere in this range of like A to S-ish. I guess I'll tentatively just say fuck, I'll put it in S. I had a good time. I had a really good time watching it. I don't know when season 2 comes. For all I know, season 2 is already out. Because I think it was out around this time last year. But I just really enjoyed it. I had a really good time. Go watch it if you haven't. This is S. I don't want to move Fallout down a little bit. I'm going to move Fallout down to A. Horizon. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. This is the move. This is the move. This is the move. We're going to make an A+ tier. Yeah, that's that good shit. We're going to put Horizons in A+. We're gonna put Fallout an A plus. I'm gonna put Freerun an A plus. Excuse me. I like that. I think that works a little bit better. Arcane is S tier as fuck, dude. I still haven't watched season 2. I really need to watch season. Gosh, I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. I have so much other shit on my plate right now. I have videos to do. I still need to finish. I need to start Double Zeta. Oh, there's a lot. And then at some point, I'm gonna start playing Kai. Got to finish this book I'm reading. I got to finish the shit that I'm writing. There's a lot. Somewhere in this mess of a lot, I gotta watch the second season because I really liked season 1. I loved the art style. I loved the writing. I loved just all the like shit that was happening. Like I don't play League. I don't give a fuck about League. Okay, maybe now I give a fuck about League. I'm a lot. I was already pretty excited for the fighting game because it looked really cool from what I'd seen. Now I'm really excited for the fighting game. Oh, that was super good. Zom 100, I think I would also put in that A plus tier. This was this was a show about, it's a zombie show, but it's about this dude saying, "These are 100 things I want to do before I get eaten by a zombie. This is my bucket list. I want to maximize the time that I have left because I don't know how much time I have left. And I feel like now that I am not living my dead end job, I feel like I have a second chance at life because I was a zombie. I'm a human again. How the fuck am I going to use my time?" Really, really liked that. Kind of like the first half of Freerun really resonated with me, and like playing P3, like it had that theme of maximizing your life. I really, really liked. There's that kind of applies in Scott Pilgrim too. I think I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna leave it up there. I really like Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I have not read the comics. I've watched the movie. I think the movie is great. I think the show is great. Um, like I like the music, I like the visuals, I like how funny it is. I like a lot of just the shit that happens. I know I'm not saying being very vague. It's been a while since I watched it, but I really enjoyed the show a lot. Monogatari is S tier as fuck. Do I want to put it in double S? It's like, hold on a second, hold on a second. Yeah, you maybe kind of do. It was really good. So here's the thing. The first arc, which was like one episode about Orange Mint and like the Phoenix Girl, and was she also dealing with Nadeko? I know she did Nadeko's arc, but she maybe dealt with Nadeko a little bit in that episode. Like, it's a good episode. It's kind of a nice little welcome back to Monogatari, kind of getting back into the vibe. Then you get the Nadeko Draws arc, which is one of my personal favorite arcs in the series. It's an arc that very much resonated with me as a creative person, as someone who's like, I have projects that I am working on that I want to be successful with, but I also like really want to make the best that I can make them, you know? I don't just mean it's like, yeah, it's a means to an end to get rich and get famous. Like, no, no, no. This is because I fucking care about this and I want to make it good. And it's kind of there. Like they're kind of there, but I know they can be better, which means I have to be better. But also in that sense of looking at your past and the person that you are and the person that you've been, both in terms of a creator and the progress you've made, but also as a person and the progress you've made. I think it's a phenomenal arc. It's not my favorite overall. That I think is still the Kaiki arc, which what do you know, also has Nadeko in it. But I think it's a 10 out of 10 fucking story arc. And then the one right after, which is I think it's Acerola Bon Appetit, is just visually spectacular. Like it's not as long, and I don't want to say it's not as interesting. I think it's interesting. It's really cool, but it's so good visually. I loved it. And then the final arc, which what was it like? Shinobu Master or like Mustard? I think I've seen it as both or some shit. Good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I did not like it as much as Nadeko Draws. Most arcs I don't like as much as Nadeko Draws. It was still really enjoyable. I love me some Monogatari. I don't know when we're gonna get another season, but good shit all around. Oh, I'm gonna put it in S. You can't. Look, maybe I'm way too much here in the S tier, but we had two great seasons of Survivors, two of the best seasons of Friendship is Magic, some top tier Ruby shit. Should I put Smiling Friends in A plus? You know what? I watched it with the boys. That goes in S. You can't stop me. This was really good. In addition to being really good, I watched this with my dad, and I just thought that was neat as hell. Good as fuck. I'll put you in A plus. I can't put Dan to Dan any lower than S. I'm sorry. I'm seeing the shit I watched with the boys. Like almost every episode, I was watching with my friends. I love how fucking unhinged Dan to Dan is with its visuals, with its humor, just with its plot. Oh shit, she took my balls. Scene! Like the first episode is unhinged as fuck, and the show only gets crazier from there. You get the fucking case can scene, and with the crab, and it's like the best thing I've ever seen with my eyes and ears. Um, it's just goaded. It's really good. It's so fun. I don't know when it's gonna start back up again. I know I've said that a few times about shit on this list, but I'm excited for more Dan to Dan. Okay, we're almost done with the tier. Gosh, how long has this been? Like an hour and a half. Okay, let's talk about Guilty Crown. I I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to put Guilty Crown on this list. Like, there's the part of me that goes like, look, this show fucking sucks. I okay. Visually, I think it's great. I really like the art style to Guilty Crown. I like a lot of like the colors and shit in Guilty Crown. I love the way like the crystals look and like the design of that shit. Just even just like some of the set pieces, like oh my gosh, the scene where Shu is using the like giant flower shield to deflect the missiles as I think it's like one of the Nutcracker songs is playing. The boo doo 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 doo. I think that's the it's phenomenal. Or when they're using like the anti-gravity gun on the water in like episode 5 or whenever that is. It's really good. It's really good. Like some of these action scenes are so freaking cool to watch. The music throughout is so good. I think Everlasting Guilty Crown is one of the best anime openings I've ever heard. And aside from the 4 Kids Pokemon opening, because that is the very best, like no one will ever be. Yeah, that didn't sound quite right. Yeah, very best like no one ever was. Come on, that was easy. Anyways, to my point, aside from that, which is like my all-time favorite, My Dearest is my favorite anime opening. But there is a plot. There are characters, and I don't necessarily like either of those. It's in some ways it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was, and in other ways I'm like it's even worse. There's things that just don't work. Like Kill 'Em All Daryl's entire storyline is almost something, but it just doesn't work. I think the ending is kind of bullshit. I think what they do with Guy in the second half of the show is I get what they're trying to do. I just don't think it works. I just the fact that so much of the plot is built on brother sister incest is not pleasant. There's just a lot of problems. And it's not like there's a lot of problems, but you know what? The characters are so interesting and so likable that I can forgive it. No, it's not really like that either. Like it's not good, but the production I think is incredible. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a great time watching it. And what is it? 2040 is when Lost Christmas is. Like when we actually get to that year, I gotta rewatch Guilty. You can't stop me. Um, I don't know. I kind of want to like up here. Like Guilty Crown needs its own tier. I just don't know if it should be at the bottom, at the top, in the middle. Kind of like when Clay and I did our C-Cats tier list, and at one point he's like, "Okay, Erica's gonna get her own tier right at the top." Like I kind of want to do that for Guilty Crown, but oh man, just tell you what, gonna add a Lost Christmas tier. I guess this is where I'm gonna put it, man. I weirdly enough, it feels too low. It's also way too high. Oh, Guilty Crown is such a fucking mess. It's so messy. I don't know what to even do with it. So let me talk about Atlanta. Season one, season two, season three, and season four. I think the first season of Atlanta is great. It's fantastic. It is a show. To me, the entire show is about hustle. It is about not liking where you are in life and trying to get to a spot where you want to be. And what happens when you're there? To me, like season one is about getting to a place you want to be. Season two is kind of finishing that journey, like you're kind of there. A lot of season three is now that you're there, what happens? And season four is, yeah, like no question, you're there. Now what? And I know I kind of just said that for season three, but they do feel very different in that regard. It's almost like this is when you're in it. This is it was almost like this is the high. This is where the high wears off, and you just kind of have to keep living the rest of your life, you know? I might be doing a terrible job of explaining it. Maybe I did a terrible job explaining it in each of my videos on the show, but that's kind of how it feels. But I think season one is great. I think season two is phenomenal. It's so close to being fucking. I'm gonna have two seasons of Atlanta up here because the show is just that fucking good. Yeah, if I'm doing that, hold on a second. I can do that too, and you can't because that's how good I think season five and season nine are. It's like if I'm gonna cheat with Atlanta, I'm gonna cheat with Friendship is Magic too. Which man, okay. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to do it like that. I should not have that many things in double S, but fuck it, man. Season three can stay here. I'll put it in it. It is my least favorite season. I think season one is great. Season two is even better. Season three is good and different and weird. And there's parts of it that I love and parts of it where I'm like, I think I would like this a lot in another show. Like it's a season three is more of an anthology. And it's not that those anthology episodes aren't good. And thematically, especially in terms of like race relations, I think it fits Atlanta very, very well. But I'm also watching it and just kind of thinking, I miss Paperboy. Paperboy, like Alfred is my favorite character. I'm like, I kind of want to see what the rest of the characters are up to. They're not in like half of season three. And when they're there, it's great. And it's again, the episodes without them are still good, but I don't know. And then season four, I actually think is better than season two. So I am gonna do this, and I'm gonna do it with Friendship is Magic too. Because Double S should not be that crowded. But I do think best season of Friendship is Magic, the best death battle, best circus, best episode of Atlanta, or excuse me, best season of Atlanta. I think this was probably the best anime I watched of all the animes I watched. And then Shogun is probably the best like drama I watched. So I guess we could do something like that. We'll see. And there is one other thing on the list, and oh boy, we're gonna fucking get to that. But this feels about right. So we're gonna add one more tier. Just Well, I didn't end up using D tier. I don't know. I really feel like I should put Class of '09 to D tier. I just did not get into it. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. So here's the thing. I have probably said it several times on this channel. I would be shocked if I didn't. Madoka Magica is my favorite anime. It's my favorite work of fiction. It's my favorite work of art. It's been that way for several years. However, last year was the first time in a long time I gave it a really meaningful rewatch. So I've done it before, just like, like this person hasn't watched Madoka Magica. I'm going to watch it with them. We're going to watch Rebellion. I'll be honest, I didn't watch Rebellion on this go through. I was just like, it's my birthday. I want to rewatch Madoka Magica. I'm not feeling Rebellion today. But, like I watched it with other people. I watched it with my dad. He didn't super get into it. He got into other shows. Okay, so I guess for what tangent? He loved Avatar. He loved Shogun. He really liked Kino's Journey. He really liked Clannad. He could not get into Gurren Lagann. We only got a couple episodes and he's like, I can't do this one. I think we did finish Steins Gate, but he did not super get into Steins Gate, and he also didn't super get into Madoka either. We got partway through Fate Zero, and I thought he would really get into Fate Zero. He just was not super clicking or connecting with it either. I think he liked it fine, but wasn't like, man, I can't wait to watch it. Which again, weirdly enough, he could not get enough of Clannad. But Madoka Magica. Last year was the first time in a while where I said, I want to rewatch this with the intention of reviewing it. And not like I'm going to make a video, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Maybe I did make a video talking about it, but I was like, I want to know, are you still my favorite? Because since the last time I had seen it, I read Umineko. I read Muv-Luv. I read Totoro. I read Fate Stay Night. That's like just the VNs alone, absolutely cooking. But like, I've seen A Place Further in the Universe since. I've watched Little Witch Academia, which are favorites of mine. I've played the Persona games. No, I'd already played P4, but like playing 5, playing 3 load, watching Atlanta, rewatching all of Friendship is Magic. Playing Trails, like, oh my gosh, like playing all of Trails, especially my beloved Sky trilogy. With all of that goodness, are you still on top? Played Celeste then. And rewatching it, I basically fell in love all over again. To me, it is a work of art. I'm reading Worm, that's a big. But again, like to my point, I love damn near everything about it. I love the story. I love the themes. I love the characters and like the pacing of the story and the character arcs. I love the art style. I love the animation. I love the music. I love the cinematography. I love the weird fucking editing that it does. Like there's practically nothing that I dislike. And if there is, it's like, oh yeah, that line's a little weird. Like that line delivery was slightly off, or your eyes are like the wrong color, and like these two like it's minor shit. It is. I know I use this term a lot. I use it a lot in this video. To me, it is a true work of art, and I love it. And I can't wait for the new movie to come out. And it's gonna destroy me. It's gonna break my heart, and I'm gonna hate it. I'm gonna hate what it does to me. I'm gonna hate what it does to Homura and all that other bullshit. I'm so excited. As far as I'm concerned, it's still on top. So that was the penultimate 2024 tier list. I have one more to do. I'm hoping we'll do it this weekend. Hey, I don't know, depending on what happens tomorrow or Friday, maybe I'll just do it then, like how I did this one today. We'll see. But if you happen to stop by during the stream, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been on this screen, so if there have been people talking to me, I haven't seen you. My bad. Or excuse me. If you watch this later on, again, also appreciate you stopping by and giving it a watch. Hope you have a good day, month, etc., etc. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Oh, let me stop sharing first. Now, bye.